Hi, everyone. Diana Rankin here with your weekly soul messages and a prediction or two, perhaps. This is the second week of the new decade, a new year, 2020. And this is actually the first full week of that year. So it's kind of an exciting time. It's also, what are we going to expect for 2020? Well, you heard last year what I had to say. And so this year, or this week, excuse me, you heard last week what Philip had to say about what to expect for 2020. So let's take a look at this week, what he has to say. And what happened, this is a question I had for Philip, because what happened when I woke up New Year's Day, January 1st, I felt a shift. I felt a lightness in the air. I felt a hope. And it was much bigger than me. I mean, this really felt worldwide. And it was exciting. And I'm saying, okay, what is this all about? What's going on here? So I sat down and I said, okay, Philip, it doesn't feel like it's going to last, but it feels like we've touched something. It feels like we've opened something. And in opening that something, whatever that something is, and opening that, it feels big. It feels like there has been a shift. There has been a change. So I'm going to read to you what Philip said to me about that. Also, we will get our weekly message from one of my books, The Master's Book of Answers by Philip. And I want to thank all of you for your comments. I'm always behind trying to get to answer them, but eventually I get there, but I do get a chance to read them. I want to say, for those of you who would like a private session with me, please just pick up the phone and call. The numbers on my website. Emails, I get so many emails every day that I can't respond to them and they may get lost. Plus, I have people contact me and say, I tried to contact you by email and you never got back to me. And I said, look for it, and it ended up in my spam. So just pick up the phone, give me a call, and we'll get you scheduled. If I don't get back to you within 24 hours, something's wrong. The phone didn't work, or the number came through, or something like that. So if you want to get a private session with me, then just give me a call. All right. Now, thank all of you for coming. Thank you. If you've never been here, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for telling friends. We're going to make the world better. And we're not going to close our eyes to what's taking place. We're just going to keep making the world better. So thank you. So here's what Philip said when I said, Philip, what was this shift? I felt the shift. I don't think I'm the only one who felt this shift. But Philip, what was this shift that took place the 1st of January? And here's what Philip told me. He said, what you felt was the collective energy. Many put the decade of past behind them. This creates the hope that the new decade will bring greater love and peace into the world. Gosh, that made so much sense to me. Everybody's out celebrating on New Year's Eve and hoping for, let's really make this the new decade. Let's start anew and let go of the old. So that just really made sense that I was picking up on all that energy. But what's exciting about it is all that energy did open up the stream of hope. So here we go. As you experience within a few days, the lightness in the energy lessened. This said, the tipping point was reached and will reopen. And that's an important thing that we have to remember. So many of my clients right now are going through really, really tough times. And I know many of you out there are going through some really tough times. So I just want you to know the tipping point has been reached, and we're going to get through this. And this lightness, this hope, this energy of hope and energy of lightness, it's going to reopen. Philip goes on to say, you were taught a while back, and you have learned that once a step is taken, you never go as far back as the beginning. If you fill a cup, you may spill some from the cup, but if you pour the contents into a larger container, you will still have the contents of the original container with additional room to add more. This is to say that one's journey is always going forward, even if it seems as though the steps forward also contain sliding backwards. That reminds me of the old adage, 2 steps forward and 1 backwards. What we tend to focus on, however, is the steps backwards. Oh gosh, I forgot I took 2 steps forward, but I sure remember that 1 step backwards. We need to focus on we took 2 steps forward. This is to say that, one's journey is always going forward, even if it seems as though the steps forward also contain sliding backwards. Phillip says, once the light of love is felt, darkness can never fully diminish it. I'm going to read that again because I think that is so important. Once the light of love is felt, darkness can never fully diminish it. The hope that so many felt for the new day, the new year, the new decade, 2020, brought forth the shift. The shift has taken place. It cannot be undone. That said, this 2020 shift, the darkness is still strong. This must also be remembered, not to be discouraged, but to be aware. There are those who will deny the darkness, and there are those who will deny the light. The truth is in denying neither. Without denial of the darkness, let your concentration be on the light. Where there is fear, bring comfort. Where there is anger, bring calm. Where there is turmoil, bring peace. Where there is misunderstanding, bring understanding. Where there is discord, bring compassion. This is not to say we do not raise our hand to say stop. This is most necessary. Raise your hand to reach out, not to harm, however. Reaching out, not harming. When there is an injustice, step between the one who is harming and the one who is being harmed. Surround them both with love as you call for a stop to the injustice. Recognize that each soul has chosen a path, so do not judge why the act is taking place. Instead, recognize that all acts should be of love. If an act is not of love, it is an opportunity for healing to take place. That's pretty cool if we think about it. If the act is not taking place in love, that's the opportunity for healing to take place. The healing will affect the collective, although it is played out within individuals. The healing of one individual affects 10,000 others who have lived before, who live now, and who are not yet born. This is the soul's contract. Your contract, along with many others, and your contract, he's not just referring to me, he's referring to all of us. Your contract, along with many others, is to bring about the shift of hope, which will usher in the new age of enlightenment. That's what we're doing, my friends. This is why you and many others experienced the shift. It is for each of you now to hold your promise, to hold and to practice the hope in your own lives, so that you also hold the energy of hope for the world. This will not be easy in the coming months. It must be necessary, though. This is why the work we do together is so important. I can't emphasize strongly enough, I can take these off now, but I can't emphasize strongly enough how each of us, the work we do together, is so important. Hello, hello, hello. Now I can't read because I took my glasses off. Hello, Melissa, and hello, Albanish. I'm sorry, I can't quite get that name. I took my glasses off. So let's get our message from Phillip. Now, this is an oracle book, so each page has a different wisdom on it. So we think left page or right page, and we just kind of open. And when we find open to any page, and when we find that page, We'll think left page, right page. Yes, this book is available on Amazon.com. Many of you have asked me about it, and you can get it on Amazon.com. The other thing I want you to know is I use the book every day. I've gone through, my books are pretty well beaten up because I use them every day. And what I do when I sit down and journal is I ask Philip for a message, and then just, here we go, do this. We just open and our finger kind of stops there. I'm hearing right page, but so if you heard right page, you're just hearing what I'm hearing. If you heard left page, this is also a message for you. But this is the message for everybody on the right page. It is, happiness will not be yours if you contemplate only sadness. Happiness will not be yours if you contemplate only sadness. And the same is true of every emotion. You know, our brains are plastic in a sense, the neuroplasticity. So they're not plastic, but they are moldable, they're changeable. But what happens is these thoughts that we have over and over and over create these deep grooves. So like water, the thoughts move into that groove. And neuroplasticity teaches us we can change those grooves. We can create new thought patterns in our brain. Is it easy? No, it's not. And we have to work at it. We have to work at it, but we can. We can. And it's not about taking thought patterns and throwing them out. It's about becoming aware of the thought patterns and replacing them with a better thought pattern. Now, if you thought left, here's your message. That which angers you conquers you. That which angers you conquers you. So, my friends, it's not going to be an easy time coming up. We have a president who was just impeached. That makes me sad, even though I think it should have happened. What makes me sadder, though, is we, the Americans, just bombed a foreign country. Not an ally, but a foreign country. And I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully, some diplomatic answers will be reached. But all of us, and I can't stress this strongly enough, that all of us must, absolutely must, hold our world in hope, in light, and love. That means we have to look within. And in our prayers, let's just envision our planet covered with love and divine white light. Let's say a prayer for those in power and leadership, that they will put the world first and not the selfishness of what they want. We can heal our world. We can possibly not stop climate change, but we could certainly slow it down, and we must. So, my friends, hello, Sheila, welcome, all of you. I leave you with this message from Philip, from me. It is the message I woke up with on the 1st of January, 2020. It's a message of light, a message of hope. Let's not ignore what's taking place, but let's stay in the place of hope and light. Thank you for being with me. Daisy is in the other room right now. She was sleeping, and I didn't want to disturb her. And so I just came in quickly into the office to tape this message for you. So thank you so much for being with me. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for your messages. I love each and every one of you. And I'm so grateful for the love you send us. And I'm so grateful for the love you receive from us. Until next week. See ya. Now let me see if I know how to end this. Hit end, and then it says, you really want to do this? And I